Uh, yeah, my kitty's in the other room, but she usually comes in and because she hears me talking to someone and wants to say hello and wants to know who it is. You know what I mean? Occasionally, she'll
I
jump on the laptop and start pressing all the keys.
Does she have fur?
Yeah. Yeah, she has fur. She's
Okay,
not.
good. The best kind.
Yeah, she's got a split face. So like one side's ginger and the other side's like black.
Aw.
Mm.
Yeah, if she comes in the room here.
All right, well, she's probably going to end up hopping in a second. She's like my little best friend. It's always on my knee. One of those ones. Always. I can't get like a minute to myself. You know, even when you like jump in the shower and they kind of follow you in there, you're like, you know, this is my time, leave me alone type of stuff.
Yeah. Like, no, hello.
Yeah, I'll just watch. I was like, that's weird. But I guess, when they, clean themselves or take a bath, like I guess we watch because we think it's cute.
But that's very true. I never really thought of it like that. So
Yeah.
privacy is with animals, I guess.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. She's just right here, just hanging out.
Bless. See, like they're better than humans. I tell you what, like animals are better than humans.
Yeah.
If you could be
She
any
smells
animal,
a
what would
lot.
you be?
Oh my gosh, I wasn't prepared for this. I'd probably be like a cheetah or something.
Oh wow.
Top of the food chain, fast, smart, has a family, raises the kids. I don't know. What about you?
Rapid. Oh, I don't know what I'd choose, like I like lions, but I like rhinos. I think rhinos are pretty cool.
Rhinos are endangered.
They are. I've seen. Go on.
Are cheetahs endangered too?
I'm not sure. My cheetah trivia is not really up to scratch.
Okay, go. What were you gonna say about rhinos?
I'm actually wearing the shirt. I've been to South Africa, and I saw a male white rhino, which are now extinct, which is really weird to think about.
Cool.
Yeah,
you must be the last ones.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like we went in. Oh, hold on. What does it say? 2013. And we were in like one of those jeeps in the safari, in a wild safari. So it was like, look, if they jump the car, we're fucked. And one just kind of walked out the bush and just kind of like trotted on in front of the jeep, and we just had to stop and just let it do its thing. It is friggin' huge. It's like the size of your living room. It's crazy.
Wow, I couldn't. That's amazing. I'm very lucky.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it was one of those places where it's like, oh, don't go out at night. And you're like, yeah, that's normal. People just say don't go out your cabin at night. They're like, no, because there's pumas out and jaguars, and they'll end up getting you. You're like, oh, okay.
You're in their town.
We are. It's the same. It's the same reason why I'd never go into a shark cage. I'm actively jumping into their home to see them. If a random person walked into my house, I would probably start swinging at them. It's the same thing with the sharks, though, isn't it? Like we go into their home and then complain that they're trying to eat us. But I'm definitely not going to do that. Yeah. Would you do a shark cage?
I'm very intrigued by the ocean, so I probably would, but I'd make sure it was with like professionals and like they've had experience, and I'd probably do it.
What intrigues you about the ocean? Like the unknown?
Yeah, just like it's a whole world down there. And we've only discovered 15% of it.
Yeah, that's crazy. That blows my mind.
Super crazy.
Like there has to be something like living at the bottom though, right?
I know, like what parts haven't we discovered? Like it's just there's not many of us who do that, and there's so much ocean to cover.
Yeah, and there's like places like the Deep Atlantic Ridge, like we don't know what's at the bottom of it.
Yeah,
Nah,
scary.
that's
You're
scary.
like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my feet on the ground. Like I'm not a flying animal. I'm not a swimming animal. I will stay on ground. Nah, not for me.
Well, you get at swimming.
Yeah, but it's different though, right? Like it's in a pool, and although although I do remember distinctly, and I remember it because one, I absolutely shit myself, not literally, but metaphorically speaking. And then also my times got a lot better because when I was a kid training in the pool, what we had like an ex-Navy swimming instructor, right? And he turns around and goes, "Oh, I used to coach out in Australia." I was like, "Okay, cool." And it's like what we used to do is we used to get baby crocodiles, we used to pull their teeth out, and we used to put them in the pool behind kids. So if you were too slow, they would nibble your feet. Obviously, it was a lie, but being a kid, you believe
Okay.
everything that people say to you.
I was like, oh my gosh.
And it's like, right, we're going in 3, 2. And I'm like, what the fuck? He's going to end up putting a crocodile coming after me.
Like, all right. That's traumatizing. I feel like being a coach now, like you can't do that.
No, oh, hell no. Like child services will be at your door, like all types of stuff. But it's one of those lads that is just gave no fucks. Like, look,
the worst.
like he was like, I've been in the Navy, blah, blah, blah. You say as I do, or I'm going to drown you. And you're just like, okay, I'll do what you say.
Cool.
I mean, it worked.
Yeah. But now look at you. You're like, I'll never go in water again.
Well, I'll get in the pool, but I mean, ocean's a different story, right?
Yeah.
Like with the pool, you can kind of fight it. You can fight your way to the end or the other side, but in the ocean, you're screwed. If it wants to take you, you see you later.
Yep.
You ain't
You're
coming
dead.
back. Nah, not for me. And there's too many movies out there that just like dramatize getting swept out to sea and
yeah.
Nah.
Do you think you would survive alone on an island?
Oh, I think I would thrive on an island on my own.
Liar. No
Why?
way.
Why?
You can have like the skills to survive in the wild.
Yeah, no problem. It'd be great because you wouldn't have to deal with any other person.
I like people. We're meant to like people. We're meant for human interaction,
Yeah, that is the truth. But at the same time,
out there. So you know how to start like a fire with like a stick?
Yeah.
I don't believe you. You have to show. There's no way.
How am I gonna do that? Create a TV series where it's just me on an island on my own?
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be at least one person would tune in. It would be me mum just to check up on I'm doing all right. And other than that, I'll have a great time. I wouldn't have to. All I need is animals, I'll take my kitty, and we'll be fine. And my mum, yeah, true. I think it'll be all right. I think it'll be fine.
Yeah.
You don't think you could do that?
I don't know if I would be able. Well, I mean, I don't know any like outside. My fight or flight instincts would kick in, but I don't know how to like start a fire with wood.
Take like 1,000 lighters.
I'm pretty strong, so I guess I could like rub sticks together. I don't know.
Yeah, stones. Get some.
Yeah, whatever.
Get some like really dry heather or something, and just start smacking stones together. Get a little spark going.
Okay, yeah, good. Okay,
it works. I think I would prefer being stranded in like a forest.
Yeah, because then you can have like a bunch of shelter. Well, you find some fresh water, which will probably be not. Animals are there, right?
Even though there could be like a shitload of bears and whatever,
We're in danger.
That's true. But have you ever seen those YouTube videos where they basically speed up how they make like cabins in the woods out of very, very little tools. Oh, it's so therapeutic.
Yeah.
I feel like I could do
you have to watch. Have you ever seen Alone?
Alone.
It's on, or I think there's a season on Netflix. It's like 10 people who survive. They get to bring like 10 things and they survive in isolation on their own, and whoever's like the last one standing wins. But it's really cool because they have like these crazy skills to like survive in the wilderness. And like the shelters they build are just like intricate and like, yeah, it's crazy.
Is it like a real life thing, or is it all fiction?
Real.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's real. They can call, like they have like this speaker that like if there's something wrong or they're like literally like dying, like one person was like their stomach was hurting so bad because they couldn't poop, so like backed up. And they had to call. It takes people because the call from like they had a helicopter in. It's mainly set in California, so like just like the wild, and it takes like them 5 hours to even get to where they are.
Fuck.
Yeah, you should watch it. I was like hooked. I was like, I don't really like TV, but that was a good show.
See, TV these days is just like there's so much shit on it that you spend more time deciding what you want to watch than actually watching it.
Yes, that was me last night, so I just turned my TV off.
I feel like I just watch the same movies over and over again.
Yeah, I'm not a very huge TV person.
Although I did just watch this weekend Lord of the Rings in 4K at the cinema, and it was fantastic.
Oh, your movie theater's open?
Well, yeah, we're like this. It's been like 4 weeks of lockdown, and that's it. You know, I think we had, what was it, like 20 something cases.
California is the worst, especially so like California, right? So hot, and there's like tons of different counties, and each county has their own rules. Like counties 30 miles within each other, so it's like this county has a different rule. Okay, so I'm here and I'm traveling to Cal Strength has a different rules than where I'm living. Like it's crazy.
So what's the disruption for you lot then?
I mean, I have to wear masks at all times. When I work, I wear masks. I coach gymnastics, and the kids have to wear masks well during gymnastics, which is insane to me. Like props to them. And everywhere out in public, you have to wear a mask. Even when you're outside, not within 6 feet of people, you have to wear a mask. Like it's insane. But we're slowly descending, I think. Go ahead.
No, go.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say that we're like slowly, like there's like tiers. It's like the purple tier, red tier, orange tier, yellow tier, and we're like finally getting to the orange tier right now. So it's like one of the lower ones. So things are opening back up, like indoor dining. But all the servers have to wear masks.
Like, I was coaching at a gym when we were at, so we have the same system, but it was like instead of colors, it was like level 4 down to level 1, right? And I remember, what was it, like level 4 is like complete lockdown, and level 2 is like restrictions everywhere, right? And I was coaching at a gym, and it was weird because coaches had to wear masks, but people who were training didn't. And I was like,
yeah. Well, someone's here. The dogs are gonna bark.
That's okay. It just didn't make any sense because, like, obviously people who are training are going to be breathing a lot heavier and a lot more than people who are literally just stood around.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like it doesn't even make sense. And then it's like they have rules where, like, if you're lifting, you don't have to wear a mask, but when you aren't lifting, you have to wear a mask. Like, it's coronavirus only spread when
you're resting.
We're not lifting. Like when you touch the barbell, does it like all of a sudden no? And it's like, oh, it's fine.
Yeah, I think that's why people are so pissed. Is like, you know, everyone's being told conflicting things, and it's just like, right, where the fuck do we stand? What are we supposed to do? If everything was like, right, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna come out the other side of it, everyone I think would just be like, okay, we'll band together,
Yeah,
we'll get through it.
Everything about like coronavirus and just honestly the world right now is just politics. It's like, which side are you on? Which side are you gonna believe? It's like, no, let's just be good people. Like, be done and just be good people.
And what annoys me is like a lot of people ask their MPs or politician or whatever, like what we should do. Like they're educated in politics. They have no fucking idea. Why don't you go into a hospital and ask the people who are actually fighting the illness? Like, hey, what do you need? What do you need from us? How are we going to be able to deal with this? Blah, blah, blah. What would be best for society, for you guys? And then everything would just speed up.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. It's like the whole vaccine thing. It's like the whole, like, if you're a Republican and you're a Democrat and like what does the vaccine have to do with any of that? It's like, I have even family members who are like, I'm not getting it because, Trump. Like, what? What? So but I mean, get vaccinated, not for yourself, but for someone else.
100%. Like it, if we get the disease, illness, whatever you want to call it, like it's probably not going to do anything to us. But if we pass it on to people that have suppressed immunity, like it could kill them.
Yeah.
So it's all about like human beings just thinking about other people, right?
Yeah.
It's really not hard. Like life isn't hard. You just not got to be a dick.
Yeah, that should be. You should write a T-shirt. Life isn't hard. Just don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. Maybe I do. Maybe I'm gonna write that down.
That's a good one.
I keep thinking about making a book, right? Of like the cover just saying like the secrets to life, and it have like 400, 300 pages in it that are all blank, but in the center it just says "Don't be a dick."
I like that.
Like one of those like joke kind of novelty presents you get people at like Christmas or your birthday or whatever. Yeah. That's like $5 or whatever. It's nothing. So you just kind of get it and they get a laugh and it kind of goes on the shelf. I keep thinking, I was like, yeah, fuck.
I think
it'd be funny though, right?
Do it. Yeah, okay. I think it'd be funny. I'd buy it for $5.
Legend. You gotta make sure I break even though.
What were you saying?
I gotta make sure I break even with like 300, 400 pages of just like blank.
Yeah, I was definitely thought we were gonna talk about weightlifting.
Oh, weightlifting, yeah, I guess. Go for it.
I was like, no, I like talking about the wild, surviving in the wild better.
I genuinely believe
ask me.
I can do it.
Okay, I'm gonna give you like a week, and see if you can even last for a week. Easy. And then if you can last for a week, even like 4 days. I feel like 4 days. Last for 4 days, you can last for like at least a month.
I don't think the maths kind of like works out there, but okay, I'll take that. 4 days.
Okay, I mean, I guess you can go 4 days without food. So, but you could go a month without food.
I always say like, when life kind of like pushes you to the edge, and you just like, you know what, and you just come out with something like completely irrational, which you're never gonna do, but you just say it because that day's kind of pushed you there. I always say I'm gonna go live in a cabin in northern Norway. Like literally in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. It's frozen all the time. And it's just kind of like me and the cat with a fire in a treehouse.
Okay, do it.
Give me 5 years. I'll be there.
Okay, 5 years.
I'll go off the grid.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds like a good plan. How old are you?
24.
Oh wow, you're young.
I forget my age.
24. Yeah, okay. 24. So you don't want like to stay with your family out here? Like,
well, my family's back home in the UK. and I'm in New Zealand.
Okay. New Zealand.
Hey?
That would be cool.
What, over in New Zealand?
Yeah, I want to go visit.
Yeah, it's a dead cool. It's a dead cool place.
I heard like weird things happen over there.
Like what?
I think I was watching like a documentary about New Zealand.
Okay.
And it's odd.
Like what weird things?
I don't remember exactly, like something about like the tectonic plates or something.
Yeah. So yeah,
So,
they're basically right over a boundary. So they've got, I don't know why I say they, because I'm literally in the land. We've got like a shitload of volcanoes everywhere. And they have
right.
like a lot of earthquakes too. They say that if Yellowstone goes off, it will set off all the volcanoes here too.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, you learn something new every day.
You do.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's something new.
Yeah. So
yeah.
like.
Okay. So.
Hey.
But it's beautiful over there.
Absolutely stunning. Like I've never seen beaches like it. I didn't even know it existed. Like the beaches in the North Island are absolutely insane, and then like the mountains in the South Island where I'm at now is just like incredible. Like I'm in Christchurch, right? And you can stand on the beach and look inland and see the mountains. It's really, really weird. You can basically be in two in the same day.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's cool. And obviously this place is
we'll
where
have to go visit.
Do it. It's only like a million miles away, you know. It's not far.
Yeah. Whatever.
The journey is
probably going to be
though.
expensive.
Yeah. All you got to do is pay for a one-way ticket and figure out the way home.
Okay, I'll do it.
Easy.
After
what?
The Olympics.
Yes, ideally.
Then I can do whatever I want.
Easy. Is that what you're going for?
Yes.
Nice. What category are you in?
49 kilo.
See, lifting the sheer amount of weight, right? You look at the supers, you look at the big boys, big girls. That is absolutely incredible, right? Like you see the weight lifted and it absolutely blows your mind. But at the same time, you flip it on the other side and you see someone who's like so light shift a load like that. You just, it kind of like breaks your brain. You don't understand how that can happen.
Yeah.
How does it happen?
I don't understand. I don't know.
You're the one who's doing it.
It's just a lot of willpower and a lot of, repetition, a lot of strength, a lot of like squats. I think you like being this small, lifting that much weight. It's more of like a will thing. Like, not saying that the other weight classes aren't a will thing, but I feel like strength has been minimal to me rather than learning how to actually do it and like wanting so bad to actually do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, yeah, because that's how I feel. It could be wrong though, but
well, it's all individual,
I just feel
right?
like I feel like I could do more weight, but I feel like at this strength right now, I just have to like figure out, better technique and better, mind games and better, like, like just getting out of my head in the snatch kind of thing will help me lift more rather than being stronger.
Well, the snatch is one of those things where like anything can throw your mentality off, and then it's just like you've missed the lift.
Right. It's like 1 inch off the ground and you're done.
Yeah, you're done. You might as well just drop the bar.
No, I'll still try, but
pick it up 1 inch, drop
yeah,
it. Oh, sorry guys, like I just wasn't in it. It's like, what are you doing? No.
yeah, that would never happen. I would still try it, but you know it's going wrong, you know, and then you have to like save the lift afterwards. Small, it's, you know, you have a less margin of error than when you're bigger. So
Yeah, for sure, because mass moves mass, right?
yeah, and then if it's the bar is behind you and you're this big, you know, like little thing, then the bar is going behind you. But if the bar's behind you and you're bigger, then you can catch it.
Oh, I never thought of it that way. Like actual
Yeah.
size and like diameter of the lifter too, and like the degree of where the bar needs to land, and yeah, that makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. That's why like people are like, your technique is so good in snatch, like but it's good until it's not good. And when it's not good, then I miss the lift like 100% of the time.
Well, you put on some reel the other day of, I think it was like a high angle snatch.
Oh yes, yeah.
I genuinely think that was the nicest techers I've ever seen.
Thank you.
I was just like, what the fuck is that? I was like, if I'm ever gonna be like, okay, I want you to do this, blah blah blah, and we have the option of like flicking up a video on the on the screen or whatever, I'd definitely like be like, hey, this is what I'm talking about, blah 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 blah.
This way. Oh well, that's sweet. Yeah, I worked very hard to try to get in those positions and feel those positions and stay over the bar rather than getting behind the bar.
What do you feel like you need to like alter having being your size?
So I can snatch more.
Yeah.
So I've actually been very successful in the past couple weeks because I've been on keeping the bar over my ankle the whole way. So like think about the bar being over your ankle during the setup, and then as you push your knees back and you lift it off the floor and take off, it's still over your ankle because your knees are pushing back. And then when you go into your power position, you're pushing when the bar is still staying over your ankles. And in the power position, if you stop there, whatever, in your brain or however you're looking at it, the bar is still over your ankles. So, and then you're straight up and then you're straight down, right? So I've been focusing on that shin pushing, and then when I get above the knee, instead of bending my knees and trying to push my hips towards the bar, which I do now, I just push with the legs and try to keep the bar over my ankles instead of looping.
It's all about that vertical bar path, right? Like trying to move around the bar rather than the bar moving around us, which makes a lot of sense when you're lifting over your body weight. Like that usually makes a lot of sense. But when, beginners come in and like, oh, but I can just do this. I was like, yeah,
right.
congratulations.
Yeah.
You can do it with 15 kilos, but you can't do it with like 100 kilos. Like it's going to tell you to piss off. Like you're going to have to do it properly.
Absolutely. So that's just something that we've been working on, just crazy, like, and just doing pulls, doing descents, doing like block work and stuff, and just focusing on that. And my snatches, I've been getting confident 80 plus, and that's just exactly where I wanted to be at the end of the cycle. I have a little journal, and I wrote in my journal one of the goals. Like every time we started training cycle, I had like a goals section, like on like my Monday morning, and one of the goals was to be confident 75 to 80, and I was like, I've definitely achieved that goal the past 3 weeks. So that was definitely a win for me last Friday when I snatched 85 from the blocks.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What position was the block?
It was like knees, on the knees.
Well, I think
it was a higher block, and
go on.
Sorry. You interrupted me. Kidding.
Yeah, I did. Go on. What were you saying?
I was gonna say it was above the knee, and it was just I was strapped up, so it was easier than it would have been from the floor, but I still did it, and it still has given me confidence to snatch 80 from the floor. So
yeah, 100%. Progress is progress, right? And it's all about that like mental gain. Like we're saying, especially with the snatch, that confidence is so key.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been training with Cal Strength?
I've been training with them about 2 years now.
Have you? Are you going straight in? You read my mind.
I've been weightlifting for like 2.5, almost. Yeah, the 2.5 years. So I was only like a 6-month before I even like went into Cal Strength, but I was doing like a little bit of CrossFit and a little bit of weightlifting, and then I decided to do a meet and then just like train for my CrossFit gym. And then I wasn't even on a program, like I was just like doing random things.
Yeah, it's the environment too, right? Like I've literally just recently joined a gym again. Like I was out in my garage, and then I was in a CrossFit gym kind of doing that for a while. And then before that, I was like in another city and kind of just like dicking around, just trying to like, just trying to move pretty much. Like your goals change because, the environment's a little different. Like it makes such a difference with people that's just not going to take your shit. Obviously, there's people there to help you with techers, spotting, or anything like that. But just the feel of the gym and the feel of the place when you walk in, it makes all the difference.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I know that some people thrive like training on their own, but I'm one of those people who love to train. I train on my own like a couple times a week just because of like my everything. But like I love when people watch me.
Well, if you didn't, like, the sport of weightlifting would be not very good, right? Like you stand on a platform with one barbell and everyone watches you.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you didn't like that limelight, that's gonna be pretty fucking hard to do.
Yeah, you're very right. I mean, there's comes with nerves all the time, but I mean, I feel like nerves are always good. I mean, there's potential there.
It just shows you care. Like if you're nervous about something, it just shows you give a shit about the outcome.
Yeah.
That's never
absolutely
never a bad thing. So what were you doing before weightlifting? Like you said, you coached gymnastics, so I take it you do gymnastics before that?
I did. I did gymnastics at age 9 through 18. So I was pretty talented gymnast, considering I started at the age of 9. And in the gymnastics world, if some 9-year-old walks into the gym, a lot of people will say like that's too late to start gymnastics. But I went through all the levels, got up to the highest level, and I was okay. Like I wasn't, I definitely had more potential than I put out. And then I quit because of like high school. I was like done with high school, ended up not going to college, and then just started working full time, and then like being like a gymnastics coach and just pursuing like judging, like gymnastics judging, and just kind of turned my career into like learning more about gymnastics.
Is that what you do full time now?
I do. So since my life has, swung a different direction than, when my 18-year-old mind planned, which probably was good. I am just completely now into weightlifting. And when I first started CrossFit, well, like I was like 120 pounds, like doing gymnastics. And then at the end of gymnastics, when I was like partying and like doing all that stuff, like in bad relationships, had bad friendships, I ended up gaining like 40 pounds. So I was like 150 pounds, and I'm 5'1", and it's, body positivity, great, but I was a very unhealthy, unhappy 150 pounds. So I bettered myself and I lost weight and I started eating healthy, and then I lost like 15 pounds, and then I found weightlifting and then the weight classes, and that's when I dropped to 121 pounds, which is a 55 kilo weight class, which wasn't that hard just because I was like eating healthy. My body was like, cool, like this is what it's supposed to do. So that's experience, and then I ended up cutting to a 49 after that. So I cut another 15 pounds. So now I'm like 108 pounds. So that whole entire experience made me so just very intrigued by nutrition. So I started taking classes and everything, and now I coach people through nutrition. And that's kind of like where the direction I'm heading in is nutrition and weightlifting. And I love coaching gymnastics so much, but if I could train more in weightlifting, like I'll do whatever I need to do. And if that means taking on more clients and quitting my job, I will do it.
Yeah, it's like you work to support training, right? Rather than the other way around. You train to support your mental health so you can work. Like that's just the life of an athlete, and that's the decision that, you have to make. And if you go into the ultimate goal, and that's what you do. Like it's no questions asked. You just get it done, right?
Yes, exactly. That's definitely how I feel.
100%. 100%. So what's the schedule at the moment? Is it basically just beat the shit out of you, or is it a little bit eased off, or what you doing in the all weight room?
It's pretty rough right now. We're on like this just grueling cycle right now. It's just volume, 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 and then it's like heavy volume. So it's like, yeah, you're gonna have to like back squat pull your PR, but the next day we're gonna block snatch a PR, and the next day we're gonna front squat pause a PR, and the next day it's like just going. But I mean, some people with the Cal strength programming, they say it's, it's too hard and like they can't do it and like their body's falling apart. But I think with my diet and all the accessories I do, and like how much I just freaking love the volume, I'm thriving right now. So I feel good, and yes, it's hard, but I'm like mentally ready to go into Monday. Like, yes.
I'm the same. I'm the same athlete like that. Like I like the shit kicked out of me every session, rather than like, okay, we're gonna be super intense, but you're not really gonna do that much. Like I like the volume. Like I want to be able to crawl out the gym crying, thinking I'm not gonna be able to do it anymore, and then I'll be back in like, the next morning, just be like, all right, yeah, fuck me up again type of stuff. Yeah, it's different, right? The mentality of an athlete, and you do get those people that will turn around and be like, nah, this is too difficult, I can't do it. And then you get the others that it doesn't matter what they need to do, they will find a way or they will make one. I think that's what you need to do. Like that is athletics in a nutshell, and in the fact of we are going for human performance to be athletic human beings, like whatever sport it is. Like you just need to fucking make a way or find one.
Yeah, I agree. And if you don't, then you won't make it.
Yeah, if you don't, that's fine. But it's just, this thing isn't for you. Like that's amazing. You can get to a really, really high level not doing that. And some people might get to the ultimate level not doing that, but they are the absolute freaks. But they'll never tap into like your true potential, unless you turn over every stone.
Yeah, I agree. And the freaks of nature who are that high of level have somewhat of that drive too, because there's no way that natural talent can only get you so far.
Especially how many people usually go to the Olympics for weightlifting per category?
There's one per category, and there's like 5 categories. I think like or 4 and 4, so 8, 4 men and 4 women.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely, well, it was, you know, like they're getting stricter. Like same with like gymnastics. Like it's like, you know, you had like the 7 going to the Olympics in like the 1980s, and now there's only 4. Same with like 4 girls in the United States that represent in the Olympics, and that used to be like 7. So it's like they're slowly taking away spots, and I don't know exactly why, but I mean, it's just people are getting so good at every sport, and it's just like we're evolving, and you know, that's why I think like my time is now, and if I don't pursue this now, then I will never be able to, you know, get to where I am again.
And you also have that like deep innate feeling, right? Where it's just like, right, this is, first of all, it's something I got to do. And second of all, this is the time I have to do it. And then everything else, like, you know, you just decide, you just do whatever you need to do to move the chess piece forward in that direction. And everything else will just fucking get out your way. Like whatever, it doesn't matter, you know, like eyes on the ultimate prize. You know, the mission is not over. It's not accomplished.
Yeah, you have to be very selfish when you're an athlete. You know, everything about, and I think that's the hard part, is because I love giving so much, and I love just like all, like my life is just like, I find the most happiness is generous, and I'm giving, and you know what comes out of me. And then like I started weightlifting, and that was like a hard decision to make, because I was like, I can't do things anymore, and I can't please people. I've lost so many friends, but it's this like internal instinct inside of me that's telling me like, this is what you're meant for, and this is what you need to do now. So it's like, they don't understand that, forget about them.
Yeah, it's a really tough conversation you got to have with yourself. But at the same time, like the only person you're ever going to spend 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with is going to be yourself. And if you don't, you know, put yourself first and look after number one, then the whole world will end up crumbling, whether it'll do it in 2 weeks or 20 years. Like if you put your true feelings inside a box, you'll just end up becoming resentful to everyone else, right? But you can also look at it a different way, like coming through sport, coaching, blah blah blah, training in different spots, blah blah blah. You know, you meet people that are in the same boat, right? They're like, right, the time is now. This is something I will have to do. Even if it's work wise, study, you know, training, whatever it is. And you also pass on a lot of like drive and motivation for other people. You know, granted, a lot of people might be turned away, but the people that, you know, are driving towards whatever they want to drive to. Like I got a good mate of mine at the moment, and it's the same thing. All you need to do is send each other a quick message or nod of the head or whatever, and then you've both gained so much more strength of like, right, I'm doing the right thing here, and I'm gonna keep going forward. So it's not as selfish as you once thought.
Yeah, I do agree with that, because you know, right now, what, you know, I'm trying to turn my social media into something that's not for me but for other people. And you know, like, of course it takes my time, and people are so nice, and it's enjoyable to hear people's feedback, but I have so many people telling me how I inspire them, and like if I could continue doing that, like that's my way of like giving back to these people that like I want to give, and I don't know how to give because I don't have time to give, but like that's my way of giving to people all across the world. Like I'll, you know, I post on social media. That's why.
Well, it's a weird time though, isn't it? Like you can basically learn a lot about another human on the other side of the world without having a conversation about them or about a conversation with them. Like it's really weird, but at the same time, yeah, you do have a unique opportunity to be able to give something back. to someone that you'll never meet and you'll never know, and they may potentially never even thank you for. But at the same time, you might post something and it, gets them out of bed in the morning.
Right. That's when you asked me to do the podcast too, I was like, anything to just like get some positive energy out in the world, because this world sucks right now. It's hurting, and we're stronger together.
100%. Like we are, it's pack mentality, right? Like, and yeah. I think the world spins because people help people. Like that's the way, like the world goes around. Like everyone just kind of offering a hand to everyone else and pulling them forward, pulling them into the right direction, pushing them to something that they probably should do but don't want to, or whatever. It's weird, and I think it's needed to happen. COVID is probably a blessing in disguise, because it's highlighted a lot of issues that we didn't want to talk about, like for example, like mental health and people being kind and all that type of stuff. Like now people are feeling really, really lonely, but people were feeling lonely in the street anyway. So it's like, okay, cool. Because I've not seen this person in a while, I'm now going to be nice to them. And hopefully it starts coming out a little bit better.
Yeah. Whatever they're thinking, whatever works. It's not like, oh, I shouldn't reach out to this person because I haven't reached out to them for a while. Like, no, you're thinking about that person. Like you're, like you have that tug on your heart for a reason. Like, you know what I mean? Whenever I have, I don't know if I can say this, but,
so whatever you want.
Whenever, like when like God's like tapping on your heart and stuff, I don't know if you're like, I'm a believer. And
so what, like we're all individuals and you can believe whatever the fuck you want to believe, like I think everyone needs to realize, like, hey, you believe one thing, someone else believes something else. Yeah, but you were born on that side of the world, they were born on this one. Like everyone's different, so just embrace everyone's differences and not hate on something else. I think the source of all source of all hate is ignorance, simply because we don't have those conversations. So mate, you go for it.
Okay, well, when like something's like pulling on your heart and tugging on your heart, and you have that like random thought in your brain, like that's for sure like coming from God. And so when you're having this feeling of like this random person pops in your head, like that's like you need to go check up on them. You need to go reach out to them. And that's why I'm still, like all these feelings coming inside of me, and all of this like this energy for weightlifting and stuff. Like it's so weird because I feel like I belong, and it's just like I feel like I'm meant to be here right now, and it's just like I want other people to feel like that too. And if anybody ever needs to reach out to me because they need someone to talk to, they can always reach out to me too.
100%. I think there's definitely something in it. Like, everyone is quick to judge and get a little bit irated with the whole religion topic, right? But we all believe in something. We all have faith in something, whatever it is. Like, you need something to get you out of bed in the morning. And I'm a little bit spiritual. Like, my mom's spiritual, and kind of like, I kind of saw her like that growing up, and then you kind of think about it a little bit more and a little bit deeper when you're a bit older. And yeah, I'm a little bit spiritual, and you definitely have those feelings sometimes where it's like, I have to go do this. I don't know why, but something right now, like you said, is like a little tap on your heart. Something right now is like, oh my God, I need to go check up on this person just in case. Hey, I could be wrong. Everything could be fine and dandy, but I just need to go check up on him just in case. I think it's true.
If I could inspire anybody, so my neighbor is, I don't know, I just have this weird feeling that like she's like not okay. I don't really talk to her. I just like so I went and I bought some little snacks and gave her a little basket and a little card, and I knocked on her door today and I gave her some like cookies and whatever. And wrote her a little, started crying, and she was just like this is like you're so kind, like this, like just little things like that. Well, I don't know, I feel like I just, maybe she's having a bad day and now she's gonna have a great week. So it's little things like that that's like, something was telling me to go do that, like, and I went and did it, and there's no regrets.
And like, that's going to be a spark for her to give kindness to other people.
Right. That's exactly, yes. So
like, we all
kindness changed the world.
Yeah, 100%. We all focus on, whether we're driving down the street, right, and someone cuts you off and you get really like pissed off. You're like, and start shouting and screaming and blah, blah, blah. And then you do it to someone else, right? And then they do it to someone else. And then someone slams the door and it just goes around. But we focus on the whole negative. Yeah, you flip it on the head. All right, maybe, you take that basket round to your neighbor. She's now going to buy like someone a coffee that she doesn't know, blah, blah, blah. Or like say hello to someone on the street. That's a huge one for me, right? If you walk past someone, you're like, "Hey, mate, you all right?" And like, people kind of look at you these days and just be like, "What the hell? Like, is he trying to mug me? What's going on?" I'm like, "Look, I'm just saying hello, just making sure you're doing all right, and you crack on with your day," type of stuff. And I think if more people kind of look at those small things, the big things end up working themselves out.
Absolutely. It's funny that you brought up the car, like cutting off thing. So my mom, when I, growing up, was like a rager driver, like insane. A young adult too, I was like driving like she was, cutting people off, cussing, whatever. And it was after my dad died, and it was like maybe a week after he died, and I was driving, and some lady thought or wouldn't let me in. So I remember being like, I need to get in here. So like I put my blinker on, and then she honked at me, and then like she like pulled closer to me, like flipped me off, was like cussing at me, and I just busted out in tears. Like I was like, this is terrible. Like she does not know what I've just been through. And every time that I've like been driving, or like someone's mean to me in the grocery store, someone like tries to like, hurry in line with me, like I'm like, I don't know what they're going through. Like they could be having the worst day of their life. Like I make it worse. Instead, be like, you know what, here, please come in front of me if you're in such a hurry. I'm never in a hurry. We have time for everything. Come in. Or, oh, you need to go, or you're in a hurry, please cut me in the grocery line. Like, and little things like that. Say like, oh, okay, like maybe I'm being a bitch, or maybe I'm being a dick. It's like, okay, I need to chill. Like, so I try to inspire people that way too.
Yeah, for sure.
It might be kind of corny, but
no, I don't think it is, because like I get really whizzed off when people say a lot of things, right, and then aren't willing to do anything about it. And I think it's doing the deed that actually gets the deed done. I mean, that's quite obvious, right? And it's be the change.
Write it down.
Hey,
write it down.
Why?
What you just said. Doing the deed that needs to be done.
Doing the
That was
deed.
a good one.
Oh, thank you. Do you want that on a shirt too?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I like that.
Oh, I can't spell. You put me under pressure.
It's okay. I can't see what you're writing anyways.
I mean, yeah, that's true. Okay, I've lost my train of thought. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, do be the change you want to see in the world. You know what I mean? Rather than, oh, it'd be better if this happened, or oh, I wish this happened. Nah, stop wishing for things. Like, don't wish upon a star. Go do it.
This is my pack of tissues that I bought the neighbor.
That's really weird.
That is really weird.
I am psychic.
Are you in my house somehow?
That would be really weird. But also really impressive, because I would have traveled a fucking long way.
Yeah, and then time travel. But like you just said, and how you're on the conversation with me, and like I just put like a box of tissues like this to my neighbor.
Mm. We're all connected.
Weird.
We're all connected. 100%.
Yes.
We're all connected.
Yes.
Like
that's awesome. That makes me happy.
Oh, there you go. Boom. Now you got to go but be kind with someone else.
Yes. Well, this one's for my other neighbor.
Oh, you going around the block? You're gonna be known as that crazy lady.
So I know Nathan was like, "What are you doing?" But I figured I'd buy one for her. My neighbors here, so they were murdered like 10 years ago.
Holy shit.
So the house was vacant for like 10 years. And everything has like all their stuff is still in there. And I saw the family for the first time. I've lived in this house for 2 years. So at that house, nobody's been in there at all. For like not even anybody coming in and out, nothing. So I saw these people yesterday, and they seemed like they were very irritated and like agitated. And I'm sure it's because their family somehow, because she's like, "Oh, we're the beneficiary of the house. We're just cleaning it, blah, blah, blah." Like she kind of didn't seem like she wanted to talk to me, probably because she's cleaning out her dead family member's house. So I figured I'd write her a nice little card too, and maybe get her too, but I haven't seen them yet. So that's why I had the extra pack of tissues.
Well, everyone else is going to start getting jealous now. You are going to have to go around the block. People are gonna start turning up. Hey, can I get some cookies too? It's gonna be like,
and I don't eat like these are like wafer cookies too. They're good, but I don't.
What type?
I'll show you. They're they're like, these ones are really good, and then there's like these are awesome too. They're just like dark chocolate peanut butter cups. They're my two favorite things. And so from like Trader Joe's. I don't know if you know what Trader Joe's is.
Absolutely.
Do you know what Trader Joe's is? You do?
No.
Sorry, you were cutting out. You said you do know what Trader Joe's is?
No idea.
Okay. Do you have a TikTok?
I don't have a TikTok. I've downloaded it twice.
Oh, okay. They're like a bunch of. You should make it.
But I don't know what to do with that. You know what I mean? Like,
it's fun. I put like my silly things on there that I'm like, oh, look at me making this squash today. Like super random. I think it's fun. I don't have like many viewers, but I think it's fun.
Sure. It's good marketing. Put it that way.
Okay. Well, I mean, when you get it, let me know so I can follow you.
Okay. I mean, I don't know what I'd be able to make on it. Hey, this is, me doing a podcast.
You can make it about your cat.
Oh, do it for my cat. There you go, boom. That's it. I'm writing that one down too.
Sold.
She's cute. Hold on. Like,
what time is it over there?
20 to midday. 20 to 12. Let me see if I can get like. I mean, this is
Oh, why don't you go get her?
Maybe I go get her. Hold on. 2 minutes.
Yeah, where's she? Cat.
Yeah. I'm gonna say hello.
Oh my gosh, her face is like half and half. Hello.
Whoa. There she is.
She's so cute.
Told you, like best mates. Like she's just fucking hanging out. I mean,
just so content with you.
I've literally just woke her up and she was just like, "What are you doing to me?" And then was like, "Okay, okay, I'll go say hello."
Aw, what's her name?
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
Love that.
I've got hold on, let me put you down. Yeah, mate. So I got I obviously have my chair that I'm sat on, and then I set up a second chair. And she just she hops on. So I'm usually awake dead early in the morning. I do a bit of writing, kind of do some emails, all that type of shebang. And she'll come join me. She'll sit on I have to put an item of clothing that I've worn on it, like it has to smell like me. And she'll sit on it and just kind of help out.
Oh my gosh. Is this what's your day job? Like, what do you do for a living?
It's a good question. It's kind of evolved into like everything, really. So I coach some athletes one-on-one. I coach a couple people back home online, which is a weird concept.
Like remote.
Yeah. But I coach them and fix them up. I should put that in context. Done a bit of like sports therapy in the past too. So they kind of transitioned over from like a rehab client into someone I would coach within a CrossFit gym, into like programming, and then they still kind of get coached me from over here. But I'm also like I work with the university, I work with schools, so I coach kids, and also I'm a poet, which makes it's a bit weird, but yeah.
Wow, no, cool. Can you sing me a poem or
sing me a poem? Well,
sing me.
If you're good at something, don't do it for free, You don't need...
I'll buy you take Venmo?
Do I take what now?
Venmo.
Never heard of that, but I got
PayPal. Oh,
that's mine.
That.
Yeah, it's mine. So
you wrote that?
Yeah, it took me 6 years. So
I want to buy it.
Sorry?
Can I buy it?
Yeah, it's on Amazon. Yeah.
Can you send me the link?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, so it's a poetry book around mental health. Oh, got out again. You still there?
You're back on. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Oh, hello.
You want to sit on my knee? Yeah, so it's a poetry. Do you mind? It's a poetry book about mental health.
So, oh my gosh, I love that.
Yeah, so it was a weird one because life ends up hitting you in the face sometimes, and I always used training as an outlet. At the time, I didn't have a sport. Right, you're gonna have to shift, Kitty. There you go. I didn't have a sport. I ended up getting a load of concussions back to back and nearly broke my neck and all that type of stuff. So I had to stop playing rugby. Oh, the Kitty's back. Don't go standing on the laptop. And then I ended up rupturing a disc in my low back where I couldn't walk for 3 weeks. So it kind of put me into a really weird position because training was always something that was an outlet for me. So I ended up kind of scribbling some things down into a piece of paper. Never knew it was going to amount to anything, nothing like that. And then like a month before I ended up publishing it, I think only 5 people in the world knew what I was doing. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. Let's make it into a book. There's been a series of trials and tribulations that we all go through. And And I don't know, the series of 6 years and the span of that took me all the way over here. Yeah, lived in my car a few times. So I was like, you know what, like if it helps some people out, then I can put myself out there a little bit. And then I did it, and then I was like, oh yeah, set myself a goal for a second one. It's probably why you can't actually see my desk, but it's got like paper everywhere.
Because you're right.
Yeah, so it's going to be one a day. So there's going to be 365 of them. Like this one has about 104, 105. My goal was 100 that I liked. So that was probably about 500, shit ones. But then I had a couple spare over, and I was like, I might as well just put it in a book, I might as well just take it. So there's about 105 in it. And then, one a day, 365. That will be done this year. And then I got a couple of ideas. I want to write a children's book.
Yes.
Why not?
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. It's a bit weird.
Favorite one?
Sorry?
What's your favorite one from your book?
Oh, I don't know. Because I forget a lot of the poems I've written. Like my memory is awful from all the concussions, and both sides of the family have Alzheimer's, so I'm probably guaranteed to get it. But anyway, I don't know. Some of them really hit home for me because I know why I wrote them, and other people obviously don't. And then others, I'm like, yeah, it was all right. But I've written a couple ones maybe a couple months ago that are going to be in the second one that, some of them blow me away. I think I posted it. Did I post it? No, I didn't.
Can we get like a sneak peek? Okay, sneak peek.
Yeah, sure. What do you want?
The one that you were talking about.
Oh, Boys to Men. Hold on, I'll get my one because I'll end up bending it. All right, where are we at? All right. This one's called Boys to Men.
Okay.
All right. No one around, not even a whisper. Those silent battles of being a mister. Toughen up, son. Don't let them win. Don't open up. Don't let them in. For those battles you fight alone. Since a boy, but now you've grown. Raised to be big, bold, and strong. Everything's fine. Nothing's wrong. Keep it in to eventually break. Stop this shit, for heaven's sake. Teach boys how to talk and not just walk the walk. For these men have emotions too. They feel things like me and you. More conversations and more unity. One big family and community. Doesn't matter where you've been or where you're going. Half the battle is knowing. So fellas, it's okay to say we all love you and want you to stay.
Oh, I love that because there is so many boys out there that just don't think it's okay to be emotional.
100%. It's really weird. It's a really weird concept, and it's something that me and my best mate over here talk about all the time. And it's like, especially now, right, with everything that's going on, all activist groups kick off and blah blah blah. And I think we're all fighting the same battle. Like I think, we said, first of all, don't be a dick. Second of all, be kind. Care about people. Like it's the same battle, but we're like segregating ourselves into individual groups to then hate on everyone else, and I don't think it makes any sense. So it's left young males in a really weird position because they don't necessarily know who they are, what to do, and how to integrate into society. And then you look back and express their emotion, and you look back and you're like, right, what was the source of discrimination, pain, any problems? And usually it's a really like scared man or scared young boy who's ended up lashing out, being aggressive, whatever it is. And it's like, right, well, that's a problem that we need to fix, right? Or at least try to. So yeah, gonna be working with the libraries too to help the youth, and they want me to work with their youth boys. And basically, I'm gonna be like, look, I couldn't spell a word at age 12. Like I was not good at reading. I think I read 4 books by the age of like 21, 22. And there you go. Like I was always, the play sport, kind of be hard kind of bloke. And then you write poetry. Like it's a bit of a oxymoronic thing, right? It's a heads and tails. But you can be both because we are all just friggin' human beings. So everything's going to be all right.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Like you can do both. Like you can do it all. Like I 100%. Absolutely do, because that's a lot of people make so many excuses in their life too. Like you can do it all. I promise. There is enough time in the day if you have time.
100%. Like how much time do you spend flicking through Netflix or on your phone or whatever, literally like bullshitting around? And it's not, if you're absolutely shattered and it's what you need to do to wind down to go to bed, then, that's fair enough if it's a short period of time. But if it's like, oh, it's just the middle of the day, my brain's kind of gone off the piece of work I'm doing or whatever, and you sit down and you're just scrolling through, I'm like, look, you've just wasted 5 minutes.
Right. Agreed.
And those 5 minutes over 52 weeks is a decent number of minutes.
The time, that you could be doing something that you said that you can't because you don't have time.
Yeah, I don't have time. It's brilliant. I'm like, okay, all right. Yeah, I always find it funny when people are like, oh, Alex, I want to get back into fitness, blah, blah, blah. I want to lose some weight or do whatever. I'm like, yeah, no problem. Like, because I'll move a mountain for my people. And if I coach them, I will literally, like, you name it, I'll do it. And then they turn up like, oh, well, I don't have time. And I obviously coach in my garage. And their work was 3 minutes from my house. I'm like, mate, it takes you 3 minutes to walk to my house. You have time. Like, I'll even come pick you up and like shepherd you to the garage if that's what's needed to be happening, So, oh no, I don't have any time. Like, okay. Well, you know where I am if you need me.
Yeah, exactly. It's just people come up with the craziest excuses. And I used to be, you too, like you used to be one of them. So like, where they're coming from, they don't really want to do it, but they want to do it. So, but there's time.
I think it comes from over dramatizing the result. Like we only ever see the result and we don't necessarily see the work it takes to get there. Or if we do, we see the glorified work it takes to get there. You don't see the shite days. You don't see, the days that you just want to like pack it all in and like having an existential crisis and all that type of stuff, because no one wants to publicize it because it, you don't come across as like this perfect figure. And I think you also get a really unique position in social media to be like, hey, like, yeah, we have shit days too, because, we are humans on the other side of a screen. And you might see amazing days, but hey, I'm still going to like show up, even if it's a bad day, and I'm still going to do what I can, even if it's a bad day. And if it's not what is programmed, then you can't do it that day. It's like, well, I'm going to do what I can,
Yeah. Do what you can when life happens.
Yeah. Life happens, shit happens.
Absolutely.
Thank
you need to get more.
Yeah. I need more water, do I? Yeah. Thanks for reminding me. I really appreciate your time. I'm going to have to pop off because I need to go train.
Okay, that sounds great. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. And I will...
Okay, well, send me your...
Send you the what?
Amazon link.
Oh, yeah. I will do. Thank you very much. Yeah. And I'll send you the evidence of me being able to survive 4 days in the wilderness.
Okay. Oh boy.
Maybe I just say sack it and I'll do a
Looking
month.
forward to where did Alex?
Yeah, that's it. He's disappeared.
Gone.
What's he doing? I'm proving a point.
Okay, well, training.
Thank you very much. You too.
Thank you. I'll have the day off, but I'll train tomorrow.
Yes, and after you smash the Olympics, get yourself down here into this side of the world.
Absolutely.
Do it. Do it. You're always welcome.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.